Hectic but blessed.
I love it. I think it's a thing that people either have or don't have.
I hate my old songs. I contemplate deleting them, but what good are paid dues if you don't got receipts with them?
Oh, shit.
So, like, that's how I view it. It's like, man, I hate that shit. But I know, like, that's going to inspire somebody out there.
Your unfair advantage is the fact that this bad thing happened to you.
So I tell all the artists, whatever city you in, whatever environment you in, if you dope, that's great. You're already doing a great job at that. Make a moment. In your city, wherever, if you gotta leave cities to go somewhere, do some crazy shit.
Majority of people right now, they're not bingeable. So like if somebody were to just discover you, like, can I even binge you?
Saying I couldn't, or kind of like, I don't know. Like, that just made me go like, all right, watch this.
Yeah.
Watch this.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to a new episode of the Free Game with Crack podcast. Today I have Sonny Ski.
What's good, man?
How are you?
Man, can't complain. Blessed. You?
Busy. I like what you said when you first got here. We're both very busy. We both have a lot of things going on, but I said it in a little bitch negative way. I said, I got too many things going on, but you responded. Do you remember what you said?
Hectic but blessed.
I love it.
Man, bro, cause that's just been life lately. It's like, it's been ups and downs, but it's like, a lot of people say don't compare your life to other people, but it's like, man, it's kind of hard when I live across the street from, Hartside Park. It's just straight homeless people, right? Oh, really? So it's like, as soon as I step out, where I got heat and I got, roof over my head, I could sleep every night. As soon as I walk out my apartment, look to the left, I'm reminded like, yo. So like I could complain like, man, like, my car broke down. They don't even have a car.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, my heat in my car don't work. They don't have heat. They don't have a roof over their head. So it's like, I really try to keep in mind, like, I'll like get negative and stuff like, man, caught up in music, caught up in life. But it's like, I know, my hell could be another man's heaven. So it's like, I try to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about let's lure the audience in right now. So some highs, like you're coming off of a career high right now. Ooh. So in Michigan, and I think you said in Western Michigan, the largest arena is
Van Andel Arena. I'm pretty sure it's biggest in West Michigan. Biggest in Grand Rapids, though, for sure.
For sure, 100%.
For sure. Like, what? Major. Yeah.
And so you performed there?
Performed there, halftime show. I got to perform there twice. So, like, I performed when the team was coming out training and stuff like that. I can't speak too much on that right now about that song, but halftime, we got to perform the Grand Rapids anthem at the halftime. And, like, this is, like, there's never been a music performance in like a G League or any sports event ever at the Van Andel during halftime or nothing like that. It's just been like the drummers and bands and stuff hyping it up, but no performance. So not only first performance, but first hip hop performance. Like in the city of GR, that's major. Like it's literal history. So shit, man.
What did that feel like?
Bro, it's like, because I'm a little kid, been having dreams and stuff like that. You always ride by the Van Andel downtown. So it's like, I'm going to be there one day.
Okay.
When I was first started rapping for real, I was like, nah, I'm going to be at the Van Andel. I'm going to perform at the Van Andel. My logo going to be at the Van Andel. The people around me, now granted, I don't really blame the people, but back then I was just trash. So they'd be like, man, just be the manager. Just be like, just handle the merch, just handle the, because I was in the different like rap cliques and stuff like that, but I was never seen to be the rapper. I'd hop in the booth and rap, but they would be like, nah, bro. So like, but I always believed in it. I was like, no, I'm going to be at the Van Andel. They say you can't rap, I'm going to make a project. They said, man, you can't engineer, bro. I'm an engineer. I'm going to get my own mic. I'm going to do all this. So it's like, I'm hard-headed. So it's like, I don't know. People like, saying I couldn't or kind of like, I don't know. Like, that just made me go like, all right, watch this.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Where do you think that comes from? So I recently finished reading a book. It's called Relentless. And so Michael Jordan, his trainer became famous. His name was like Tim Grover, I believe. And then he ended up training Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, and some of like the most high-performing athletes in the NBA of all time. But he talks about this thing, and he calls them the cleaner. So he said, like, Michael Jordan was a cleaner. Kobe Bryant was a cleaner. And it's this mindset, this mentality of, and I think it's a thing that people either have or don't have. So when I think about you being a good music artist, let's say writing, lyrics are a skill that you can get better at over time with writing more songs. your delivery, you have good delivery. Well, you can get better at delivery from
Absolutely.
rapping more, making more songs. And then another thing could be like your flow. Well, you get better at that from doing it. But it's like the little engine that could, battery in your back. That's the thing that I have, but I noticed that you have that as well.
Man, bro, where I really get that from, I think I just gotta give it to God on that one, because it's like I can't really explain it, but I remember always having that feeling. So like, I got a disease called Alier's disease. You can see like my hand is all messed up, scars and stuff. So I had tumors since I was basically a baby. So, but it's benign tumors, not cancerous. But back then, the doctors were like, "Yo, this is like, we think this is cancerous. They think I got cancer."
What age?
They found him first when I was 3 years old. It's funny because my younger sister, she was only like 1 or 2. Somehow, some way, she slammed my hand into a car door. I don't know how at that age. That's the story I'm told. So they took me to the hospital to check my hand out, and they looked at the bumps. They're like, that's not from a car door. So they started doing x-rays and stuff like that, and they, found out tumors, disease. So I've had so many surgeries, hospital.
Really?
In and out all the time. But I say that all to say, the first time I felt this like, nah, what do you mean? Like, doctors say, oh, you can't play football, you can't do this. Anything regarding with hands, whether it be like sports, any kind of active activity, they're like, no, you can't do that. And I was like, what do you mean I can't do that?
Yeah.
And it's like my first passion as a kid was drawing cartoons. So I'm right-handed. So, doctors be like, yeah, just have to take a break on cartoons and stuff. What? I just started drawing my left hand. So as a kid, I'm not ambidextrous no more. But as a kid, I taught myself how to like write and draw with my left hand.
Yeah.
Because so many times my hand was in the cast and stuff like that. And then I was like, man, I'm going to play football anyway at recess. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It just, They say you can't play volleyball, right? I don't like volleyball, but just them saying you can't play volleyball.
Yeah.
I was like in gym class, like, nah, open gym, where the volleyball at? Like, I was just so like, what do you mean I can't play volleyball?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. So that's just the first time like I recognized that. Like, what you feel like the first time you kind of like felt that?
What's crazy is what I think like the take home message is, it's like when bad shit happens and it seems like terrible, because I'm a father and I'm picturing if I heard that my 3-year-old had some sort of skin disease and she can't be in sports or this and like that's a bad thing, right? But then it's crazy is like as you get old and you become an adult, like your unfair advantage is the fact that this bad thing happened to you when you're 3 years old and you have this rare disease. Because with mine, I tell this a lot, but like being cut from the basketball team at like middle school and like I got cut, I think 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. Yeah. It was like, so not just once, but it was like multiple years in a row. And then, when you're at that age, it seems like that's the whole world. It's like, wait, I got cut from the team. Like all of my friends are on the team. Everyone I hang out with, like, yeah, like, and you're told like you're not good enough to be with this group of people. And so I remember like crying at that age. It seemed like such a terrible thing. But then now I'm in my 30s and it's like my unfair advantage for the last 20 years, which I didn't know exactly where it came from, but I honestly think I could like pinpoint it back to being told you're not good enough, you don't belong here. And so now I'm 37 and I'm still pushing like with this chip on my shoulder with this point of approval, like, oh, I'm not good enough, watch this.
Yeah, man. It's great because like I didn't play basketball in high school, I played soccer. And my coach, man, I hated this man. I come home punching the bed and stuff. Just to run it through quick, like when he first came to my school my sophomore year, he told my parents, hey, your son's on the varsity team, right?
Okay, so that's like skipping JV, going to varsity.
Yeah, I was like sophomore year. I wasn't even nice like that, but he said I'm on varsity, so I'm geeked up. So I go to the first official practice, not trials or nothing. He said varsity on left side, JV on right side. So, I'm cheesing. I'm walking to the left side. And then he's like, Jameson, what are you doing? Jameson, my government. Jameson, what are you doing? I was like, you been going on my side. He said, JV. And then everyone busts out laughing. And I was like, but you told my parents I was on varsity. He's like, I never said that. And then it was just a whole bunch of other stuff with that dude where like he'd say, hey, come in the game. I'd be like, all right, sit back down. Like he messed my head. Like I used to hate this man. But it's like, so I feel that when he said cut from the team and you know, that sports thing too, because I was always in the sports and just like, what do you mean? Like, I always felt like a bench warmer, you know?
Yeah. I think that's also why I've been drawn to being an entrepreneur with like not having the boss. Like technically I'm that team, that coach is in charge. So even if what he thinks is fucking stupid or he has bad ideas or he's got this power trip of being like, you're in. No, come back out. Oh, you're going to sit. Oh, you're on varsity. No, you're on JV. That type of shit drives me nuts. And so like I've experienced that with like landlords in the past, and it does this thing in me where I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy the whole damn building. And yeah. It can be a toxic trait, but I think it can be a positive as far as like pushing you to go further and farther. Like how has that affected you with pursuing a music career? Because a music career, I mean, that is like a solo sport, as in you're a solo artist, you know, so there is no boss that you check into. It's kind of whatever you say goes. What do you think about that?
Man, bro, so it's like another thing about me, like as a kid, you know, as a kid heavy, I was a contrarian. So it's like, nah, I gotta be different. Like, I just love to be different. Anything that the majority was doing, I just felt the need to like, everybody go to the left, let me just hop to the right. You know, I look back, I was like, maybe I was just seeking attention. I don't know what exactly it was, but like as a grown man, I still notice tendencies of that. So it's like the same people tell me, oh, don't do it, maybe want to do it more. But how I even got better at music and maybe want to pursue it more was like, damn, what everybody when they rap, they hop on these beats. I'm gonna hop on these beats. It's like, all right, you know, everybody talk about a specific topic. Let me talk about something else.
Yeah.
So that always drove me to be creative. So it's like, you know, I want to be different. But at the same time, it's a curse because it was sometimes where I was just trying too hard to be different, where I'd be in a lane where it's like, bro, that's not even you. Like, you're just trying something that you're not. But even with the music scene and stuff like that, how I even got to a higher level, like performance-wise, I look at what all the performers aren't doing. So they could like come up and they just like, get lit, jump with me. Why ain't y'all getting lit? They're not even lit.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, I gotta get the crowd lit. Or if they didn't even address the crowd at the beginning, I'm like, all right, when I get on, I'm gonna address the crowd. Or if they address the crowd, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna get on, I'm gonna just start with my song. Like, it's just always that, and making an impression too. So that's another thing when it comes to meeting with like, you know, higher people in the music scene or, you know, certain studios and meeting people for the first time, that first impression means everything. So it's like, how can I like make them remember me? So it's like when I have moments where it's like a competition or it's like, you know, I gotta make people remember me with a song, music video. It's like, how? I gotta be memorable. So it's like, you know, but it causes me to be in my head a lot too. So like it's a gift and a curse because I tend to overthink things when it could have just been, bro, just do it. Why you gotta like analyze everything, you know? Are you more introverted or extroverted? Introverted.
Me too.
Yeah. A lot of people don't think that because they see me performing and stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm quiet. I just lay in the background. But it's just when I hold the mic, like it's like you never would think. So, you know.
Walk me through like, let's say Monday, the week that you knew that you were performing at Van Andel. So, you know, like I'm performing in front of the most people I've ever performed in front of my entire life. I'm going to check a box that was like a hit list of a big goal that I wanted to do as a kid. Did you feel anxious for the performance coming up? Did you feel nervousness for the performance coming up? Like, how did you feel?
Man, I felt nervous. I was very nervous. That's the thing. A lot of people don't realize is, bro, I get nervous as shit. Like, I have social anxiety. A lot of people don't think that. It's like, bro, like, I'm not a super social person. So it's like when I'm on the stage with all the lights, bro, it's really my biggest fear. So it's like, but I know that my dream and ambition for this is so high that I'm like, I'm gonna face my fears every time I hop on the stage. So for that, bro, I was nervous, but ready. I was nervous, like, man, this is gonna be big, but I know I'm built for it. You know, like prior to that, like I'm running on the treadmill for miles and stuff like that, or I run around the YMCA for miles and stuff, like just getting my conditioning up. And it's only one song, but it's like, bro, I can't fuck this up.
Yeah.
You know, so it was nervousness, but it was also like, I got prepared for this, you know, so. Yeah.
I think that's just some man shit.
Yeah.
It's having courage. Courage keeps popping up in my life like a motherfucker because I've gotten into coaching over the last few years. And so I'm talking to a lot of people that know that they should be putting out more content or showcasing who they are and what they do. It's like they know better, but they're not doing better. And then when I talk to them, it's like this, this fear that they got to overcome. And we're both introverted. And for example, I have a workshop, my first workshop that I'm hosting in 2 days. There's going to be like 30 people here that bought a ticket, and it's a more private, but I am going to be the center of attention.
Yeah.
And I keep telling myself, because there's like a little mind trick that I learned a few years ago where it was saying, when you feel nervous, you just got to keep telling yourself, I'm excited. It's not nervous. I'm excited. So I keep saying, I'm excited for Saturday, but I do feel nervous. And I think the easy thing for me to do would not be like, don't do this podcast talking on camera. And what if I mess up? And what if I say something stupid? Or what if people are going to make fun of me? But it's knowing that I believe in myself. I have a certain level of confidence. And I know that in order for me to get to where I want to go, this is part of the journey. Like, I have to speak publicly in front of people. I have to turn on the camera and talk to it. I have to have conversations on camera. Like, this is part of the list of shit that I have to do to level up in life. And I see that you have the same thing. It's like you have to perform in front of all them people. Real quick, this episode is sponsored by Jerry's Automotive right here in Lansing, Michigan. If you're in the need of any type of regular vehicle maintenance or even major repairs, I highly recommend Jerry's Automotive. They're family owned and operated for 60 plus years, and they're just great people, and they know what they're doing there. So make sure if you need any auto repair, you go to Jerry's Automotive in Lansing, Michigan, and you can go to their website and book your next appointment at freegamewithcrack.com/Jerry's. That'll take you directly to Jerry's Automotive. Back to the episode.
You feel like you've always been introverted, or you feel like it's something
sure.
like as you like grown up?
For sure. Okay. No, always. Like even when I was a rapper, it seemed like all of my rapper friends would freestyle, and then I just would never freestyle. Yeah. And I remember like one of my first 5 or 10 performances, there was like a dude there that he's kind of like interviewing people and kind of building like a local platform of going up to different artists and being like, yo, Sonny Ski, let's hear a freestyle and get like an exclusive thing, right? Yeah. But I remember he came up to me, and I'm going to look for it because I would love to include it in my presentation for like these future workshops to show people that struggle with courage, or they're like, oh, I can't relate to you because I see you on camera and I'm introverted and shy. It's like, oh, watch this. Yeah. This is me. Yeah. Because, bro, I freestyled, and I remember thinking like, I wish I could undo that freestyle thing happening like right after it happened. Yeah, because I felt so embarrassed, like it was so cringe. But the reality is, it wouldn't make sense for people to not have experience doing something and not be cringe. Like, cringe is part of the journey. Bro. Like, let's talk about your cringe era.
My cringe era. Oh, man, bro.
Didn't you have long hair?
Yeah, I had long hair. I was a hippie. So, like, my hair was literally down to here, damn near at my hips. So, like, that's a whole nother thing. So, like, when I was late teens, when I was, like, 18, actually, when I turned 19, I shaved my head, and I said, I'm going to grow my hair. Like, and
I just... like buzz or shave like razor?
Shave like buzz.
Buzz, okay.
Buzz.
Have you ever done a skin razor?
Not like...
Mr. Clean Bald. I'm talking.
Nah, never been. Never Mr. Clean Bald. But it was like kind of how I have it now. Just like it was like a one all around, basically. But I did that, and I was just super on some like, you know, because I'm young, trying to find myself. So I'm like, you know, in this like this spiritual phase and stuff like that. And it comes back to like trying to be different. Because I'm like, oh, there's not a hippie rapper. I gotta be the hippie rapper. So it drew me into doing things and becoming somebody, you know, as a man. I look back now like, man, like, you know, I believe in a lot of different things than I once did. So I look back at that and I just cringe like, bro, I got a song called STD, right, that I made. Please don't look it up. If you watching this, please don't look it up.
Is it out, like publicly?
It's out. Oh, it's out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man, bro. I'm talking about ST, like, it's just the dumbest shit, but I was trying to be different. Like, oh, there ain't a song about STDs and like the deeper spiritual meaning behind it and stuff like that. But just how I did it is just cringy. I made the beat. It's a weird ass beat. it's a lot of cringe in my discography, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But once I hit like 2022, I made a project called The Cleanse, and I cut my hair off. You know, my beliefs changed, and you know, got fade again and stuff like that. You know, I just matured again. From The Cleanse to now, it's kind of like you kind of see like me mature and stuff like that. So yeah, that cringe hippie phase, bro. Oh man, bro. But it made me who I am because I had to face that and be like, bro, this is not you. So yeah.
One thing I like about that is you left it there, like it's there, right? Because it was part of the journey. I did the same shit on my YouTube channel. There's videos that are 15 years old that'll always be there.
Yeah, man. And it's like I had a bar that's in a freestyle was like, I hate my old songs, I contemplate deleting them. I hate my old songs, I contemplate deleting them, but what good are paid dues if you don't got receipts with them?
Oh shit.
So like that's how I view it. It's like, man, I hate that shit. But I know like that's gonna inspire somebody out there, like, bro, you know, because when I make it, you'll see literally my whole journey.
Yeah.
Like old videos will be popping up like this Sonny Ski, what the Yeah. You know, I really wanted that to be documented. So, you know, for cringe or for better. You know?
Mm-hmm. With that, like you said, leaving a trail of receipts, that's also part of the reason. So I've been preparing these last few days for this content creator workshop. And a lot of the people are just getting started. And one of my points that I want to drive home with people is majority of people right now, they're not bingeable. So like if somebody were to just discover you, like, can I even binge you for a day or for half a day or hours? And you know, like even like music artists watching this, they may have 12 songs or something. It's like, dog, you're not even bingeable yet.
Nah, that's a good way to put it.
You have to be bingeable. You have to have this huge library. Because then I had this other outlook on things on like, okay, real question. If I told you, yo, I got the plug and this person can have LeBron James, Justin Bieber, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Mr. Beast, Oprah Winfrey, Brad Pitt, Adam Sandler, and Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, and 50 Cent. And they're all about to shout you out. Are you ready?
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
You have the trail of receipts though. You have a library. You are bingeable. I think majority of people, if I said the same thing, they'd be like, wait. And I'm like, here, they're about to shout. Look at your page real quick. Mm-hmm. Are you ready for this? Or do you want them to come back in 3 months and give you some time to like build up your library? And I think a lot of people need to focus on building up their library. And I think they focus on waiting for this miracle of being discovered, but they're not really looking at it from like, imagine if the biggest people in the world were about to like rush to your page right now. And you're like, oh, actually, damn, I need to put out like 3 new projects real quick. I need to drop a lot more content and do this, this, and this. And then I'd be ready. So.
Yeah, like you said, are they bingeable? Are you ready for that moment? And it's like, what's going to stick out about you? You know, that's kind of my main thing is like, there's so many rappers, like why you? You know, that's kind of why I look at it too, is like, why should people fuck with me? You know, like if I really want to make it, why? Like, why would people listen to me? It's bigger than just like, I make dope music and stuff like that. You know, that's big in my city, GR, but it's like, I think every city really, but like people feel so entitled. You know, it could be some dope rappers and they're like, man, I'm dope, blah, blah, blah. But it's kind of like, all right, you dope, but where your discography? Where's like, how could people really be fans of you? Are you bingeable fans of you? Like, bro, I'm a big, like, let's just say, I'm a big TDE fan, right? And it's like, I go back through all the music and I go back through all the vlogs, like the tour vlogs. Like, I'm really a fan of these artists. So it's like, it's so much thing, like I said, bingeable that I could like digest and be like, dang, and like moments, accolades. So that's why, like, even in my city, like the Van Andel performance, before that, you know, winning competitions and stuff like that, winning the Sada Baby competition, and going to Chicago, opening up for Sada Baby, like that was a big deal. So it's like, I see these moments and it's like, y'all don't even realize, like, I'm paying dues right now and you see it real time. And it's like, it gives you more of a reason to be a fan because it's like, yo, he got moments. You know, it's like people fans of Cassidy, they could be like, oh, when Cassidy battled Freeway in the studio that one time, like it's to me it's bigger than just making dope music. It's like it's everything around it too, you know, at least for me.
What advice would you give to an artist right now that let's say they don't have any moments and they're sitting on maybe 10 or 20 dope songs, maybe half of them are out, and they're like, okay, bet, where do I start? How can I start creating some moments? And
man, so look, I wasn't getting any shows in the city, right? But there's a art festival in my city called Art Prize. It's the biggest art festival in the world. So I'm fortunate enough to be in a city like that. So when I had zero motion, nothing was going for me, I said, fuck it, I'm going to bring a speaker downtown to this art festival and I'm going to just freestyle, have people give me words and stuff like that. So it's like, that was really like my first kind of like in GR, that was like my first kind of little step where people like, who is this dude? Like he just freestyling at Art Prize because people wasn't doing that. So it's like, make that moment happen because it's not going to be given to you. So like even after that, it was like the thing called the word of mouth competitions and stuff at this club called My Place. You know, shout out Guerrilla Music, putting that all together. But every Tuesday, every Wednesday, artists would come out that night and they're all competing for a chain, right? So every week, whoever won gets that chain. So I went every week, 3 weeks in a row, second place, right? And it was a thing where like the crowd started calling me the people champ because the people was really fucking with me. Excuse me. And you know, shout out to Zebo because Zebo was taking that every time and Zebo's crazy. But it was just a thing where it built up more like, nah, I gotta win this shit.
Yeah.
Gotta win this shit. So I did it one more time for the fourth time and I won it. But that moment that I won it, I jumped back. There's footage of it. I jumped into the crowd and crowd surfed. At that moment, that's never happened in GR where someone just crowd surfed, let alone at this club for a performance. So it's like that right there. Not only just winning it, but the built up intensity, like, yo, like, man, give this dude a chance. He should be winning about stuff like that. Not only that, it's like, I'm a crowd surf. And the song I performed was on a neo soul beat. It's a song about social anxiety and shit. It's called My Music and being a different person when you perform versus, you know, before you're on the mic and like me being shy, but then I hop on the mic, different animal, then I get off the mic, now I'm dealing with real life issues. It's a conscious song. I'm in the club, crowd surfing, mosh pitting. So it's like, I tell to all the artists, whatever city you in, whatever environment you in, if you dope, that's great. You're already doing a great job at that. Make a moment. In your city, wherever, if you gotta leave cities to go somewhere, do some crazy shit. So, yeah, man, I don't know.
And were you getting content from this shit back then too?
Man, back then, I mean, I'd post footage, but I wasn't as like, oh, content. The past years when I really said, no, content. Yeah. Content. Shout out to Stephen Malcolm. He's a big rapper from the city.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. Signed and everything. I sat down with him for lunch one time, and he basically, the biggest takeaway, he told me, he's like, hey, bro, focus on content. I took that. I said, okay, bet. And I ran with it. Since I did the content and I started focusing on that, that's what led to the Van Andel performance. Because then I said, fuck it, I'm getting motion. The GR song kept going viral whenever I post clips. So I was like, let me shoot this shot. Let me shoot the half court. So I just say, hey, everybody tag Grand Rapids Gold because they're the G League team that plays at the Van Andel Arena. So, and then through that, shout out to Scoob. Y'all gotta have Scoob on here. Scoob got a live game. He you know, made it happen. That just created another moment. Yeah. But it goes back to like, I had to make moments, get my name out there, then content. Focus on content if you got dope shit. So it's like the GR song is a dope song, but not only that, it has an audience for it. It's not just I'm just rapping and freestyle. It's like, that's another thing with content. I realized if you have songs that are actually about some shit, it's not just freestyle shit, it's way easier to make content for. I could be like, the Grand Rapids song, POV, this is the one that really blew up. POV from Grand Rapids. No, POV Grand Rapids really got an anthem, and it was a skull emoji. Because GR is a hating ass city, but I love it. But they hate on their own a lot. So I knew if I put a sarcastic title, clowning the song, it was going to do numbers. And it did. So it's also like, boom, the song was about something, so it's easier to make content. It's like, I don't know. It just kind of like blew something in my brain where it's like, okay, even how I approach music now is like, okay, I always been focused songwriter, but now it's like, I also keep in mind, this is a dope song. How can I promote it? Like, what kind of content can I do for it? Because making the song is just like a quarter of the battle. Now it's, how do I push it out? How do I make it big? How do, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your typical like rollout now? Like, let's say you had a song coming out in 2 weeks. Like, have you found a checklist that you kind of do every single time? Of every time I drop a song, I make sure I at least do this, and this.
Right now, what I do is I start stacking up content, and I start stacking up content. I already have ideas, so it's like by the time it drops, it's like every day I got some new shit for it. But also, yeah, I'm finally getting motion, but I don't have a for real fan base right now where it's like, hey, yo, I'm dropping some shit next month, and thousands of people are like, oh, I bet. Like, bro, I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
So it's like,
all right, so you see and hear this quality. This is just one example of the many different services that we specialize in here at Crack House Studios. Whether you're a brand or business or an artist or creative, we offer services to help you grow. Everything from professional video content, audio, social media, marketing, coaching, or even if you're just looking for a place to create, we got you covered. 20 plus years in the game, we are the highest rated studio in the state of Michigan. Artists travel across the entire country specifically to work with us here in Lansing, Michigan, at Crack House Studios. If you're interested in any of our services, head over to crackhousestudios.com.
Announcing the song, like I still announce it, have content, kind of like tease it, hype it up and stuff like that, and it kind of explain the meaning so it gets people hyped for it, like, you know, a little story behind it or where I'm going, or like, you know, find a way to hype it up, but I can't hype it up for too long because it's like people's attention spans is shot, and I don't have a fan base like that. So it's like, all right, I announce it. By the time I announce it within a few days, drop it, then all the content, then you get all the promo and all stuff like that. Because how much promo, like Joe Schmo from TikTok isn't going to see me announcing a song and be like, yo, shit, in 2 weeks, I'm going to tap in. Like, no.
Like set an alarm on his phone, a
like,
reminder.
They don't care, bro.
He comes back.
So it's like once I build a fan base, then it's like I could be more like, yo, song next month or project next month. But now I'm so much more in the moment where it's like I'm trying to build a fan base. So it's like, I'm going to spend way more time once it dropped just promoting it, you know?
How do you decide what to include in your content and what not to? Because I'm big on showcasing who you are as a person. Like, when I'm bought into you as a person, outside of music, you can come out with beanies. And it's like, oh, I want to get a beanie. Why? Because I like Sonny.
Yeah.
I like him personally. So if I'm going to spend X amount on a beanie with anyone, I want my money to go to you because I like you. And
right.
that's like what my goal is with the studio. It's like, give free game, be a good person, build an awesome place that attracts people. But then at the end of the day, it's like they're going to pay money for studio services anywhere. So I want them to be like, well, if I'm going to give money to anyone, I want it to go here because, oh, I know the owner and he's cool and this, and this. And there are other good people there and they offer good shit and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, like with that, you put out content to show the personality too, so people can know you, like you, and trust you. Do you catch yourself in a moment and you're like, oh shit, I should make content out of this? Or actually, no, I'm a not make content out of this and keep this personal? Like, how do you do that?
Man, that's a good question. Because there's definitely some moments where I'm like, man, like, that's another thing, like, you know, well, you said big personality. So, like, what I really mess with you guys about, y'all put personality in your ads. It doesn't feel like, oh, just studios, like, okay, they want me to come. It's like personality behind it. How y'all do the live streams and every way y'all brand yourself. It's like, these are dudes with personalities, right? And, you know, just going back to that. So it's like the Van Andel, biggest moment of my life. When I walked in, I had the metas on. Biggest moment. I savored it when I first walked in. I was like, yo, this shit happening. Soaked it in. But I gotta shoot content. I gotta be the artist. So I went back to where I walked in through security, threw the metas on, walked in, showed it when it's first up, people coming in, rehearsal, footage of my performance. It's still like, all right, well, that meant so much to me personally. Let me show y'all why that means so much to me personally. So I started posting old clips and stuff like that leading up to this. And then afterwards, I showed a clip of my first ever performance.
I seen
for
that.
People.
Yeah.
4 people at my boy's house. They all playing the game and shit like that, not even paying me attention. That's my first ever performance. For that to lead from 4 people in some dude living room to an arena of 9,000 people, it's like I'm showing y'all, going back to receipts and like you know, the resume being bingeable. It's like I'm showing people this was not overnight, but I still got a long way to go. And I'm showing you why this means so much to me, so you could feel it and you be like, yo, I feel like I was just there with them. You know,
I did.
It's so many people that blew my phone up after that, all with pictures and videos and shit, all in my DMs, like, of me. And I was like, whoa, people really, like, and just the messages I was getting, like, it was so heartfelt. And it was like, yo, I felt like I was down there with you. Like, man, it just reminds me why I do this. So, you know, like, yeah, bro. Yeah.
Have you had a moment that made you cry in your career yet? That's like a proud moment. So like tears of joy.
I'm surprised I didn't cry after the Van Andel. I thought I was, but I didn't. I was just cheating.
Seems like that would be the perfect opportunity to cry.
I thought I would. The closest moment though, I think, where I was like, I was about to, but I don't think I didn't. But I was screaming and stuff. Was at the not Van Andel. Back to the word of mouth, like when I did the crowd surfing shit like that. That felt like some 8 Mile shit, bro. So fucking after all that happened, and they said, Sonny Ski. I was like, ah! Like you just can see footage, bro. I got the chain. I'm like, I started licking my lips. I didn't cry, but I was like, bro, I had to hold it back. Cause like, bro, like I'm a passionate dude. So it's like, it brought me back to like those soccer days and like growing up as a kid with the doctors and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm surprised I didn't cry at the Van Andel. Have you ever had like a moment like that?
Probably a handful now. I remember one of the first ones was when my daughter was 3 and I took her to Disney World. So it's just like a thing of, you know, one day when I have a kid, man, I want to take them to Disney World. That was like a thing that I wanted to be able to do. And so I'm at Disney World with her. She's 3 years old. We walk in and they have this parade going around and they're chanting, dreams come true, dreams come true. And I'm holding her thinking to myself like, wow, I didn't get a job. I believed in myself. I never gave up. Like I was able to come here from my skills, like from literally selling beats, doing studio time, shooting music videos. So it's like my skills paid the bills. My career, believing in myself, like it worked enough. Because even now I still have doubts, or I still look around, and I'm blessed to have people in my life that like, you know, like pick the chin up and they're like, bro, look around, you've done this, this, and this. But yeah, that was a moment where I was just like reflecting and holding her. Yeah. And I don't know if I did or didn't cry, but I did definitely.
It's wild, because now that I think about it, this is a crazy story. So, you know, all my grandparents are dead, right? But all at some point, they believed in me. So I remember when I dropped, not my first music video, it's like my 3rd music video, but it's the music video where my family found out I did music.
And how many years ago is this?
This was 2019, end of December of 2019.
It's about 7 years ago.
Yeah, so this is the first grandparent story. So a week before my grandpa died, my uncle came up to me at the wake, and he said, yo, one of the last texts he ever sent was sending people your music video. The 9 to 5, there's a song called 9 to 5 about me working a 9 to 5 and stuff. He sent that to all his friends and stuff like that, and that was the last text in his phone. So I remember like that just hit me like a rock, bro. I was just like, what the fuck? Fast forward, my grandma, my mom's side, my Mima. So you know, yeah, so my Mima. So I was performing at Garfield Park, which is where I'm from. You know, I'm from that neighborhood and stuff. But it was like a festival and stuff like that. It was August of 2022. And for me, this is a full circle moment because I finally got respect in the city. Like I finally like got my name out there. I wasn't as big as I am now, but it was like the first like moment like, yo, I just performed at a festival at Garfield Park. And I remember as soon as I got off stage, my dad said, Mima's on her deathbed. As soon as I got that, as soon as he told me that, lightning, it started raining hard. Like I'm getting chills telling this. As soon as I got that info, it started raining hard. It was sunny the whole day. It's a summer day. As soon as that happened, you know, I go to the hospital, deal with all that family stuff. And then, so that was the second moment. And it didn't stop raining until I took a drive in her car. Me was focused, you know, I got a song about it. But she let me back her car and stuff like that. And I was like, man, I performed at Garfield, like full circle moment. And I'm driving her car after going for a drive, after a funeral and stuff like that. All of a sudden, 'cause it was raining for days. All of a sudden, clouds open up, the sun starts beaming, and a rainbow come out. So I'm like I took that as a sign, like, yo, like, you know, she's watching over me, or God sending me a message or something like that. Fast forward, 2024, October 2024, the reverse of what happened with my mom's mom, my Mima. So now it's my Nana, my grandma on my dad's side. So my dad's mom. I'm about to go on tour, right? Shout out 6 Man, taking me on tour. And the first stop was Holland. After that, a few months later, we're going into Canada. So it'll be my first time leaving the country. But the first stop is in Holland. It's at Park Theater. So I'm like, man, I'm getting hyped up. I'm in line getting my passport at USPS. My mom calls me, and I'm like, hey, I'm busy right now. I can't talk. And she's like, no, we have to talk. I'm like, what's up? Because I missed her first call. And then she told me Nana's on her deathbed, and I'm in line to get my passport. So I'm like, bro, I got to go to the hospital, but tonight is the first night of the tour. So I'm like sitting here like, what do I do? And I'm just super conflicted. Eventually, I pull up to the hospital, and the last words that my Nana told me was, why are you here? You should be at your show. And I took that as a sign like, shit. And I went and did the show, came back, she wasn't able to speak no more. I say all this to say, back to the crying story, each one of those times I bawled my eyes out. So there was crying moments. That was a long story, but each of those moments, it felt real spiritual that all that happened. It was all related to music. So it was like confirmation, like I'm supposed to be doing this. So those moments is where I cried. I felt like I achieved something. Mm-hmm. They were proud of me. So, yeah.
Real quick, if you didn't know, I offer a very limited amount of one-on-one calls. Whether you're feeling stuck or you just want personal help, go to crackhousestudios.com/call. Talk to you soon. Back to the video.
At what point during your career did you feel, I guess, more confident with being like, I'm going to be a rapper?
Man, 2018 is when I dropped my first tape. So I always wanted to make that mixtape. It's called Peace of Mind. I've been wanting to make it for years. It's like my high school story. You know, like growing up in high school, things I was dealing with, being the DD, the designated driver, the only dude with the car, sober soul. I smoked eventually, but I stopped. At that time, I didn't smoke, never drank in my life, but I'm constantly around people who are doing that. So it's kind of that like good kid, Mad City-esque type thing where it's like, you know, I'm the good kid around all this shit going on. It was at that moment when I made that tape, like, nah, I'm the rapper. You know, and I engineered it all myself, and I made that tape after they was like, nah, you shouldn't be the rapper. And I said, nah, I'm gonna make a tape. And yeah.
Have you drank? You said you haven't?
Never in my life.
What do you think is the reason why?
Being around a lot of drunk people, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of like
family members or?
That's the thing. My parents don't really drink.
Okay.
So it's like my family is more smokers. Okay. So, but that's the thing. My family wasn't like alcoholics or nothing like that. It's just more like, you know, I go to friends' houses or I be at functions and I'll be in scenarios like that where it's like I always got a weird vibe from it. Where I'm just like, nah, like I'm good off that. But that's a funny, and my government name is Jameson, so I'm named after a liquor. So that's kind of funny. It's like, but I don't drink.
And then what about smoke?
Man, I was a fake pothead, bro. Like in 2020 was the first time I smoked, and then 2021 was the last time I smoked. I realized I wasn't a smoker because I went to my brother's house, and he lives in Chicago now. He literally rolled like 8 straight blunts back to back, and I tapped out. I said, I'm not built for this. And I don't smoke no more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any type like caffeine or what?
Nah, I don't drink energy drinks. I'm just straight water.
Yeah.
No coffee. I don't drink coffee. I don't know. It's just not my thing.
what's your like creative hacks, or you know, it's time to get in the studio, it's time to write some music?
Oh, I drive. Like driving is like my writing, what's it called? Writing process, how I come up with ideas. So me driving is like that. I get high off of driving. That, you know, I got my CDL, so it's like that's the perfect job for me to fund this music career, because I'm just driving, thinking of all type of ideas all day. So yeah, for me, what about for you?
Walking. I'm a fucking walker, man. Like in the summertime, I probably walk at least an hour and a half every day. And I seen this video somewhere of this bodybuilder dude where he's talking about the benefits of doing a 10-minute walk after every meal. So that's one thing that I aim to do, is like eat and then go for a 10-minute walk. And then a lot of times, you know, what I do mostly for a living is like computer shit. So I'm sitting down or standing up sometimes. So yeah, it's a good break to give myself 2-3 hours of like deep work focus. And I set timers and shit too.
Yeah.
So I'll do like maybe 2 hours straight of deep work, or an hour and a half or an hour, something like that. And then I'll go for like a little 10-minute walk or 15-minute walk. And then I come back, and I always try to, you know, I'm a nerd in this shit, but I always try to like kill as many birds with one stone as possible. So I know posting on social media is important. Walking is important, getting sunlight. So I'll try to like just combine those, where I'm like, I got some work done. I'm gonna bring my phone, and maybe I had a phone call I was supposed to make that day. So I'm like, all right, sweet. I'm taking a break, and I'm going to make this phone call, and I'm going to be walking, and I'm going to get sunlight, and I'm going to do it after I eat lunch. So I'm like doing my walk after eating thing too, and I like to do shit like that. Yeah. But I think the long car rides too, I was telling my wife the other day, I was stumped with like figuring out a struggle of mine for the last couple of years has been rebranding who the fuck I am. So for 20 years, I worked with music artists, and I had 3 things on the menu: beats, studio time, music videos. Well, after the last 20 years, I've learned so much and grown with like business and then media and videos. Switching from like music artists to businesses that are already making millions of dollars, like I've seen how much I can help them, and then they have much bigger pockets, and then like the creative process is so much easier to do 10, 20 like social media videos for a business than like music videos. I tell videographers, a music video is the hardest, most difficult creative way to make money with your camera, versus like a camera on a tripod and doing a podcast, or like a camera on a tripod and it's, hey everyone, my name is Bob Johnson with blah, blah, blah roofing, and come check us out, give us a call here, .com, right? And it's like editing that is so much easier than like, yo, I got this song. Okay, we're gonna do this angle, then it transitions to this and this and this and this, and all this is like, and then the budget's this. You know, so yeah, I've transitioned a lot. And then I was thinking of what is my new offer gonna be, because I still want to help and work with music artists, but then I'm just positioning myself. And I went for, it was like an hour and a half drive, and I was on autopilot basically. Like I'm not paying attention to where I'm going. She was checking my location. She was like, you drove all the way out here, then into there and DeWitt and out by the airport. And I was like, I wasn't even like consciously knowing where I was going. I was just on autopilot, light screen, I'm going this way, but I was just in my head. But I solved some big shit.
Bro, it's something about it, bro, where I don't know what it is, but it's like, bro, moments like that happened to me before. Like when me and my first let me use her car, like it barely had miles. It was like a brand new car. Remember, I was just driving, going up north. That thing I'm in Traverse City. Or out. I remember a day I was just driving. I was like, I'm gonna just go to Detroit. Went to Detroit, cruised around, literally drove right back to GR. I was like, I don't know, bro. Something about driving. Yeah.
Recently got a new car.
Oh man, yeah.
How'd that feel?
Finally. Bro, I mean, RIP to me was, well, she not, the focus not dead, but shout out Javon. He got it from me. But bro, finally got a new car, bro. She got a touch screen. She push to start. Like, bro, I'm new to this. I'm new to this, bro. Like, I'll still be like trying to But it's not even the key. It's like, bro, I'm so blessed, bro.
Yeah.
So like, yeah. Like I was excited to drive over here because I'm like, man, last time I drove over here, car had no heat and stuff. So I was just freezing all the way over here, stuff like that, hoping my car don't break down, you know, but now it's like, I get excited to do stuff like this now. It's not like I got to worry like, man, I hope I make it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's cool to see your career level up and your personal life level up.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. It's a long time coming. You know, that's one thing God blessed me with is long term. Like nothing, I never had like a moment in high school. It's funny, like my two best friends in high school, right? One of them on a soccer team, shout out Robert. He got the game tying goal against our rivals on senior night. It was like the biggest thing. Everybody's going crazy. My other best friend, Javon, shout out Javon. He was on the basketball team. It was the homecoming game. To win the game, he got past the last minute, shot the 3-point, made it to win the game. Everybody going crazy.
Yeah.
High school, I didn't have that moment.
Yeah.
So it's like, I was always like, man, like, when's it my time? Like, I want to do something, but this whole time it's been long term. So it's like all this shit building, like the Van Andel, that was my game tying goal.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think my whole career and journey has been slow and steady.
Yeah.
I haven't plateaued and I haven't had like super spikes of like this crazy big thing happen. Not that I think of. To me, I look at it when I'm looking back on the last 10 to 20 years, it's just been this.
Yeah.
But I will say now I have like, I guess, even more perspective. And now when I look back, what this seemed to be, where I'm transitioning to right now, is more of the this. And I'm realizing that like, damn, that was almost 20 years of it seemed like this, but the trajectory of how things are going right now is it's looking like it's about to start going like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this is, so I believe I'm living a life that one day there'll be a movie made about. And this is the part of the movie when it's like, yo, it's working. It's happening right now.
Yeah. That's crazy you put it like that, bro. Because I see it very similar. How it's like, yeah, bro.
How many years ago was it when you first, or how long ago was it when you first, I guess, heard of me or seen me or met me?
Last year.
Same.
I don't remember when last year. I just know it was last year sometime. And bro, literally Crack House Studio ads were everywhere. I'm like, what is this? Like, I keep seeing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I respect this. I was just like, the quality was good and everything. Y'all had skits and stuff. I'm like, yo, whatever Crack House is, they're on their shit. Like, I just seen it, it's taking over. And then, I started seeing, I'm trying to remember the first people I saw collab with you.
It might have been Rap Roots Media. That's where I first seen you. You were on his podcast.
Yeah, you were on his podcast. That was it. It was Crack-a-lack. And I remember because wasn't that podcast like had higher quality and stuff like that?
Yeah, we did it here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember it was a whole different set. I remember seeing that. And I was like, okay, yeah, Crack-a-lack. Okay, Crack Studio. I put a face to the name. Okay, Crack Studios. Okay. And then, yeah, but y'all branding, how y'all branded, and, promo and everything, I'm like, shit, like, and just what I heard from the city, like, y'all go out to Speedy. I've seen Speedy, like, publicly post about y'all positively.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who else, but, like, I've heard other people, like, really recommend y'all, so.
Okay. Yeah. For me, I seen you on Rap Roots Media.
Shout out Braden, Rap Roots.
So I seen that, then I seen clips from it. So, like, this is just even more reason why I preach create content, because, like, again, what you were talking about with me, you seen ads, which are a piece of fucking content, where on social media, where I seen you was clips from a podcast, which is content on social media. And then at some point, I think I continued to see you. So it wasn't just like you being affiliated with Rap Roots Media. Then I seen you affiliated with other people that was in the same network of people that I know of. And then, it was just that persistence and that consistency where I kept seeing you pop up. Then I started following you. Then when I went to your page, I seen how you were like curating your content, and I could tell that you take it serious and that you had something unique about you, which I think it's that like Energizer bunny in the back. That's like the keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. and the chip on the shoulder to prove people wrong.
Yeah.
So then that led us to here. And I want to say that too when you're talking about content, and content led to Van Andel, but like the content led to here today, right now as well too. And the last time you were here on the live music review, it was just like, yo, I see this dude from Grand Rapids. He's got good music. He's got a good image, and he's consistent and he's serious. I want to be affiliated with him and have him come here too.
Man, hey, bro, I appreciate, short time of knowing you, I appreciate you, reaching out and, putting me on here and stuff like this, 'Cause these are moments, bro. I remember like back when I was in my parents' basement, like, really starting this, I'll just watch mad interviews, like Sway interviews, who else, man? Like Drink Champs, like just watching all those platforms. I'd be like, man, I've never even done an interview. Like, man, I can't wait till that day. So like shit like this excites me. Yeah. Cause it's like that inner kid in me, like, man, and how y'all do it on this scale, how professional it is. It's like, man, like dreams coming true. So like, yeah.
Oh yeah. So what are you most excited about for 2026? Or like what are things that you have in the pipeline?
Bro, the things I'm most excited about this year are the things I'm not expecting. Because last year, if you would have told me beginning of last year, like Van Andel, and even like going on tour in Canada, like all the things that happened last year, it's fun because in June of last year, it was one of the lowest times of my life. Like May, June, I was born in May. So as soon as I turned 26, bro, I was just like, bro, my life is shit. Like, yeah, I'm chasing a rap career, but like, what do I got to show for it?
Yeah.
6 months later, man, all this motion happening. So it's like, now it's like, I'm going to just keep grinding. This the year I really feel like, yo, I'm going to make it. By make it, I mean, this the year where, people outside of GR are going to be like, yo, Sonny Ski, like, you're going to see me everywhere. It's like, no, I'm going to start hitting these major markets. It's not just going to be GR. It's going to be everywhere. So that's what I feel in my spirit, and I'm going to work towards that. But whatever God blesses me with this year, like, I know it's going to be major. It's things right now I can't speak about publicly that in just this month, opportunities I got where I'm like, oh, yeah, this the year where it's really starting. So, yeah.
I want to introduce you guys to Royal Legacy Clothing. It's a clothing brand that myself and my best friend Dylan co-own. We started this about 10 years ago. 10 years ago, we had a lot of different things to learn, a lot of life to experience, and we took a few years off. And then in this year, in 2022, I'm excited to announce that we're relaunching it. Now, what Royal Legacy Clothing means to me is picture the guy that comes into work just a little bit early, a little bit before everyone else, because he wants to get a step ahead. Picture the guy that when everyone else is done working, he stays late. He's the last one there because he wants more out of life. That person is who's wearing Royal Legacy. The goal is to build a legacy, so do that while wearing Royal Legacy. I'm just picturing my come up over the last 10 to 20 years, and I wish I could go back and show me wearing Royal Legacy during all of those years. I think self-awareness is key in knowing who we are, but also it's just as important, if not more important, to know who we are not. And who I am not is I'm not a loser. I'm not the guy that's never gonna amount to his full potential. And with connecting and networking and meeting a lot of different people, the people that I resonate with the most and connect to are people that all want more out of life. One life, one legacy. RoyalLegacyClothing.com. You guys can use coupon code CRACK and save 10% off at the checkout. We greatly appreciate all of your support.
Are you a spiritual person?
Yes.
What are some signs for somebody that may be skeptical on if they should or shouldn't believe? Not if they should or shouldn't, but like what type of proof do you have, or like why do you believe?
It goes back to when I was a kid. So, I grew up in the church, so like my mom, she was also a Sunday school teacher. It was, well, technically Wednesday, but like she would teach at church and stuff on Wednesday. So I was in church twice a week my whole childhood, so I was super into church as a kid. I was like super religious kid. But where I really stem my faith from, shout out to my Nana one more time. So my dad, he's a jack of all trades. He does music, does all type of stuff. He's also a professional bike rider, so he'd do races and stuff like that on BMXs. Okay. So he was, on the dirt roads doing the race and stuff, went up on a ramp, went to do a backflip, boom, smacked his head, went into a coma. They went to the hospital, and then they said he was gonna die, straight up. They said just pull the plug. They said if there's any chance he survives, he's gonna be a vegetable. Like, just can't move, can't speak, nothing, right? And then I just remember when they were gonna pull the plug, my Nana always told this story. When they're about to pull the plug, shot up. Could talk, see, everything was perfectly fine. And that to me is like, as a kid, as soon as, my Nana really instilled that faith in me, as soon as she, like, as a kid, when I heard that story, I was like, God is real. Like, it's just always been a thing for me. Now, like, in my hippie spiritual phase, it kind of drifted from, I always believed in God, but more drifted into like, the typical spiritual stuff, like I was wearing crystals and stuff like that. I'm not in that no more, So it's just my experiences, man. It's just my experiences, bro. So yeah, it's hard for me to be like, yo, God is real. I believe God is real because it's like, bro, look at trees, right? Why do trees exist? Why do we have lungs, fingers? Why are there animals? Like, there's meaning for everything. Every body part on us has a purpose. Nothing's here for no reason. So it makes me think, and I believe, I believe in God. I believe in Yeshua. So it's like, I really believe like God is more disciplinary. It's not just everything's free breed. Like, as you go through life, there's consequences. So to me, that's why for me, it makes sense why like God, is disciplinary, but also just. So it's like, that's kind of my mentality behind it. Like, you touch the stove, your hand gonna get burnt.
Yeah.
It's not just free for all. Like, no, it doesn't burn. Like, it burns. That's just me, though.
Me and my wife, we've gotten more spiritual. She has been further than me in the journey, but I would say since about like last year, summertime, and then it's just gotten stronger and stronger. And I would say that was like a lower time for me as well. Last summer, maybe July or August, like the studio was gonna close down, and she was like, I refer to it as having a personal trainer, but like a spiritual trainer, as in like telling you, do you see what just happened right there? Yeah, see, that's a sign. And I'm like, oh, that is a sign. And so then another thing would happen, and she would budge me and be like, that was a sign too. So now how, I guess, having faith and being more spiritual and having belief has affected my life would be, like, it sounds cliche, but like let go and let God. For real. As in, like, before I was so kind of like, I'm in control. I got to make shit happen. I got to do this. Like, everything was on my plate. And then now it's very different. Now I know, yes, I still have to show up. I still have to do the work, but it's just believing that almost like you got a big homie and then he's going to come through and he's got your back. And if it doesn't happen how you want it to happen, then it wasn't supposed to happen. And so it's like this letting go and letting things happen that are supposed to happen.
Absolutely. And like you said, kind of like you putting in the work too. So like, in the book of James and the Bible is big on like faith without works is dead. So it's like that to me, I don't know, just that verse, I think it's James 2:26 or James 20. I'm trying to remember the exact, but basically faith without works is dead, that thing. And it's like, you got to meet God halfway. Like you, like you said, you can't do everything yourself because you got to meet up with the man upstairs. It's like you both got to come together to make it happen. And sometimes what you think should happen is not what God should think should happen, So yeah.
What is your dream?
My dream?
Yeah. Well, and when was the last time somebody asked you that question? What is your dream?
Bro, that's funny. Like, I've been so used to getting asked just music questions. Like, I never got asked, what's my dream? Well, it's really just this music and taking this across the world. My biggest thing is like, I want to feed my family off this, but I also want to make history. I really want to like take this around the world, have a classic discography. Like, you just see the album cover, you like, oh shit, I'm big on albums.
Yeah.
Cause it's like, I got so many ideas and thoughts where it's like, I can't just put this in a one song. It's like, I need a whole way to flesh this out. So really just classic discography, feed my family off this, the impact, taking it around the world. And another thing is like, when I make it is really put on like the young generation of GR.
I seen you post something in the last like 1 to 2 days about that. Yeah.
Yeah, because, bro, that's just heavy on my soul, bro.
What did you post?
I posted, after I make it, I said, like, after I make it and I'm older, I promise to look out and put on the young generation of GR. Hold me to that. The reason I say that, shout out to all the OGs and vets in the city that really looked out for me. But I feel like, bro, the young generation, especially hip hop, you know, we gotta give the young generation, I'm still young, but it's like when I'm older, it's like we gotta give the young generation, like, yo, if somebody young got motion, the city gotta get behind them. But it's a lot, it be some older people who like, nah, it's still my time. No, it's not. It's not. It's a lot of selfishness. So it's like I refuse to be that old selfish motherfucker and just be like, oh no, like I'm getting everything. Like, bruh, by the time I'm like 40 or some shit, it's like, bro, like I still have my fan base tour and do all that. But when it comes to city stuff, it's like, bro, I need to look out for the young generation. They the future. And like give them like any advice and put them on and stuff like that. Instead of just being like, nah, I said my legacy, I'm going to just keep. Nah, like I'm going to take the opportunity. I'm going to take it. Like, bro, I'm 40, I've done every shit in GR. What I got to keep taking every opportunity for? So that I'm real passionate about that. Because there's been times where it's like, okay, they not giving the younger dudes a shot. So it's like, I don't know. It was just on my mind heavy today. So
yeah. Which social media platform do you spend the most time on?
Instagram.
Instagram, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's my bread and butter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got off Twitter. I'm completely off Twitter. I probably should have a Twitter. I ain't gonna lie. But Instagram, I'll be scrolling on TikTok a lot, though. But Instagram is where I post the most and got, like, my best, like, fan base, I'd say.
Gotcha.
Like, you say Instagram for you, too?
Yep, Instagram for me, and then probably YouTube second, and then maybe Facebook, and then maybe TikTok. TikTok, I use a scheduler for my content maybe half the time. And so I more so just schedule whatever the Instagram reel or YouTube short. I just check a box for TikTok too, but I don't get on there much. And man, I just feel like it makes you so much dumber, so much faster. And like, it's not.
Hey man, hey, my attention span, because, you know, once your FYP is for you, bro, that's for you. So I'll be dying at my FYP, but I know, yo, this is cooking my attention span. I already know, but it's, yeah, man, yeah.
Where can people find you online?
Man, every platform, Sonny Ski, SONNYSKI, Sonny Ski 616 on Instagram, and I'm everywhere.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to doing some music with you this year.
Absolutely.
With the studio, you know?
Absolutely, this the year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, thank you guys for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, please do me a favor and subscribe. If you're tuned in on Spotify, give it a 5-star review. I'll see you guys next time. Freaking with Crack. Shout out to Sonny Ski.